the Link Show, we're using our hands to see things.
And we're talking about Jesus walking on water.
All that and more.
Are you ready?
Let's get linked!
And we are back. Welcome back, Link Show. Hey, we've got another exciting challenge for you today, but we're not doing it just yet. I am right now 2-1 on the scoreboard.
We're very early in the term.
Very early, but it is promising. New year, new me resolutions are being completed. Link Show. I'm very excited.
I'm very curious to see what today's story is and how hands and seeing and walking on water comes together, but I'm excited to hear Buckles preach on it.
But that's later. Right now, we're gonna go check out your shoutouts.
Hey Link, these are your shoutouts. Kaya says, I want you to do a Bean Boozle challenge, and I love your videos. Kaya, that Bean Boozle challenge sounds disgusting, but I'm keen to try. Xavier says, what's up guys? What's up Xavier? Liam says, I dare you to do a cookie challenge and see who eats the most cookies. Liam, not gonna lie, I reckon I would win. James says, love your videos, keep up the good work. Thanks, James. Christopher says, hey, I'm a big fan of the Link Show. All I'm asking is for you to read me out. Well, here you go, Christopher. Shout out, Christopher. Parker says, I love all your videos and the Bible stories. Thank you, Parker. We're glad you enjoy it. Hey, this week we had so many shout outs, so if you don't see yours, make sure to check out our YouTube channel this week or head to thelinkcrew.com and you can see our most recent shout out video right there. But for now, let's go check out Buckles Preach Part 1.
Okay, let me tell you a story about a time I went rock climbing. It was indoor rock climbing, so I wasn't outside climbing a big mountain. As a part of what we used to do at school on a Friday afternoon is we do a Friday afternoon sports. And so we got to choose. We could go do like exercising, we could go play soccer, and for one of them we could choose to go indoor rock climbing. And so we'd all hop on a bus after the last break, and this is before we finished for the day. We had about an hour and a half. We'd hop on a bus, we'd drive to a local gym that had rock walls inside. So we'd go in, we'd put our harnesses on, and we'd start to climb these walls. Now, if you've ever been rock climbing, you know that some of the walls are really easy. They're like, you climb up like this, it's on the outside, it's super easy. Some of them are straight up and down, and so they're actually a little more difficult, but some of them overhang upside down, and so you're quite literally hanging upside down as you climb this wall. And one of the rock walls that were at this place we were going was super duper difficult and really high. Now, if you've watched the Link Show, you know that I am afraid of heights. And so I did all the easy walls, no worries. I did all the medium walls, no worries. But as soon as I got to this final wall, I would always freeze. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't even start. I was too afraid. But one of the teachers noticed that I was scared. And so the teacher came to me and said, what's the matter? Why aren't you trying? And I said, I'm scared of heights. And this one, it's upside down. I'm too scared because I can see the ground. I don't want to do it. And my teacher said, but are you going to be sad if you don't climb this wall? I'm like, yes, I am going to be sad. I want to finish them all, but I'm too scared. And so the teacher looked at me and said, okay, what if we do it together? And so the teacher went and got a harness, and right next to the wall where I was, there was another wall that was exactly the same. And so he said, let's do it together. We'll climb side by side. And he said, whatever you do, don't look down. The only place I want you to look is look at me. So look at where you're climbing, but look at me. Eyes on me. And so I said, okay, no worries. And so we started climbing and we did the easy bit. Then it started to get a little scary, a bit higher, a bit upside down, then a little bit higher, and then I froze. I looked down and I was petrified. My whole body locked up. I couldn't move. I was safe. I was on a harness. I had a rope. There was no way I was going to get hurt, but I still froze and I couldn't move. My teacher called over to me and he said, Buckle, what are you doing? I said, I looked down. I'm too scared. And he said, Buckle, eyes on me. And so I slowly lifted my eyes and I looked across to the teacher next to me. He was only this far away. He could reach out and touch me. He patted me on the back and he said, Buckle, eyes on me. We can do this together. And so he told me where to put my hand, and then the next hand, and then a foot, and then another hand. And over the next couple of minutes, by not looking down, but looking at him, I made it to the top, I pressed the bell, and I won. I got down to the ground afterwards and I was so proud that I did it. But I knew that there was no way I could have done it on my own. I needed his help. I needed to keep my eyes on him. You see, sometimes in our lives, we can feel afraid, we can feel scared, we can feel like we don't know what to do and that we want to lock up and freeze and just close our eyes and pretend it's not happening, because sometimes life can get really hard. But in a moment, I want to tell you a story in the Bible where one of the disciples had the same thing happen. He was scared. He didn't know what to do, but Jesus said, don't look around, keep your eyes on me. And so we're going to take a look at that story in a moment, and we're going to learn how we can keep our eyes on Jesus too.
Game time, baby. Let's go. Now I'm understanding how we're going to be seeing with our hands.
Yeah.
Actually not seeing, bro. It's just feeling.
I'm gonna be stressed, not knowing.
Oh, imagine if it was a live snake.
No more snakes. Buckle promised, no more snakes on the link
2
set.
years ago.
Fear fighters.
Anyway, producer, what are we doing?
Today we are playing a game called What's in the Box.
What's in the box?
You'll have to reach one hand in on either side of the box and feel what is inside the box. Whoever guesses the correct thing first wins the round. There are 5 rounds. Whoever gets 3 rounds will win. And we'll play for all 5 rounds just for a bit of fun if someone wins earlier than that. All right, round 1 is placed inside the box. On go, you can enter your hand into the box. 3, 2, 1.
A plate. No.
Ew.
Oh, ew,
Ew,
what's
ew.
you? What's that?
Oh, Play-Doh. Can you like stop touching my hand,
Can
please?
you stop touching mine? Ew, plasticine?
That's Play-Doh. Wait a
Is
minute.
it a lolly?
Oh, bubblegum. Ew, chewed bubblegum. No, that's chewed bubblegum.
Hubba bubba.
No, that's chewed bubblegum.
No, it's not.
It's not chewed, but ugh.
Ew.
I hate chewing gum to begin with. Oh, Zappos!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Alrighty, round 2. Ready? Putting your hands in on go, Miguel. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, grapes. Frozen grapes.
Green grapes. I read grapes.
No, you can't see color.
Oh, cold grapes. Lychees.
Cold.
Squishy grapes. Peeled grapes.
Yes! Wow!
They're peeled.
Peeled grapes. Can you even peel grapes?
Yeah. It's
How do you
painstakingly.
peel grape?
Alrighty, round
To be
3.
a hamster.
Hands in on go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ew. Oh, warm water. Cauliflower.
Yeah!
Oh,
That feels so gross.
Yeah, that's grim.
That was my fake brain experiment.
Yeah, that was
You do
gross.
a fake brain.
Alright, round 4. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Miguel, on go,
Miguel.
bro.
I feel like her hands
Excuse
wasn't
me.
in there.
Look how wide it is.
I can't see. I'm
I've got
feeling
the
with my
chicken
hand.
arm happening.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, slime.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Ooh. That's it. Oh, yuck. That's actually so gross. 2-all. 2-all. Oh, snap.
no.
Round 5. 2 all tie. Winner takes all. 3, 2, 1, go.
It's Miguel!
It's Cece's hand. There's nothing.
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 Is
Is
correct.
it? Yeah! That's it, baby. Woo! Nothing. Hey, another win. Another week, another win. But right now, why don't we go to this week's animated Bible story?
Enjoy.
Say hello to Jesus, the Son of God, the Savior of the world. And while Jesus was here on earth, he would travel around telling people about how much God loved them and healing their sick. One time, Jesus even did a miracle where he fed over 5,000 people using only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. But by now, it was getting late in the day, so Jesus told his disciples to hop in the boat and travel ahead of him to the other side while he stayed behind and sent the people home. After everyone had left, Jesus climbed up a nearby mountain by himself to pray. But later that night, while Jesus was alone on the mountain, the boat had already traveled away from the land and was fighting against the wind and the waves. It was getting crazy. A little bit before dawn, The next morning, Jesus decided to go out and meet them walking on the water. When the disciples saw him, they were terrified. "It's a ghost!" they yelled in fear. But Jesus immediately called back, "Take courage! Don't be afraid. It's me." Peter replied, "Lord, if it's really you, tell me to come out to you on the water." So Jesus replied, "Come on out." Peter walked to the edge of the boat, put his hands on the edge, put one foot over, and as his foot touched the water, he started walking on the water as well. He started walking out towards Jesus, but when he was a little bit away from the boat, he got distracted and he saw the wind and he saw the waves and he got afraid and he began to sink. "Lord, save me!" he cried out. Immediately, Jesus reached out his hand and grabbed him. "You of little faith," he said, "why did you doubt?" When they climbed into the boat, the wind died down. Then everyone that was in the boat worshipped him, saying, "Truly, you are the Son of God." The thing about this story that I love so much is that the disciples are in the boat. They're freaking out. They're like, "We're gonna sink. It's all over." But then Jesus comes walking on the water and Peter says, "Jesus, if that's really you, call me out. Let me walk on the water too." And Jesus says, "Sure, come on out." And so Peter puts one foot over the edge and another foot. And all of a sudden, Peter is walking on the water with Jesus. But as soon as he takes his eyes off Jesus and looks around, that's when he starts to sink. That's when things get scary. Just like in my story, as soon as I took my eyes off my teacher and I started looking down at the things that I knew were scary, that's when I got afraid and I locked up. But I love that in this moment, Peter realizes he's taken his eyes off Jesus. And the first thing he does, "Jesus, help me." And Jesus does. He reaches out, grabs his hand and pulls him up. You see, in our life, when we get afraid, we have two choices. One, we can look at the things around us that make us afraid. Or two, we can look at Jesus. And I know for me, every time I've been afraid, if I've stopped and looked at Jesus, he's always been there. He's always picked me up. The Bible actually says in Hebrews 12:2, "Keep your eyes on Jesus, because he is the one that makes your faith perfect." You see, having faith in Jesus is the best thing we can do when we're scared, because we know that even though the things around us might seem scary, they might seem crazy, that when we have our eyes on Jesus, he's always there to pick us up, to hold us, and to get us to the other side. And just like my rock wall, when I kept my eyes on my teacher, I made it to the top. I won. That when you keep your eyes on Jesus, no matter how difficult life gets, no matter how crazy things might be, you will always win. And so that's what I want us to remember today. It's the big point. I want you to remember this forever. You can keep your eyes on the things around you that make you scared, or you can choose to keep your eyes on Jesus. I know where I'm going to be looking. I'm going to be looking at Jesus. What about you?
Thank you so much, Buckle. Hey, that was such a great preach.
That was, and I worked out what the miracle was.
What was the miracle?
That I didn't have a heart attack putting my hand in things and touching them.
Yeah, well, that was actually pretty gross, I'm not gonna lie. That was disgusting, but that's another win for me. 3-1, 3-1.
Yeah, okay.
But you know, on a serious note though, like in the Bible story, Peter had to have faith in Jesus that he wasn't gonna go and drown. Just like we had to have faith in that game that something wasn't gonna bite us.
Yeah, thanks for
saying?
that.
Thank you, producers, that wasn't a live animal.
We
Otherwise,
appreciate you.
that would have been scary. Hey, we love having you guys on the show. Check out more of our videos on the linkcrew.com website. Otherwise, we will see you next week. I'm Miguel.
I'm Cece.
And we'll see you next time on
The Link Show. Bye.